Welcome, everybody, back to the Life Between All or Nothing, our podcast. I'm Scott J,
I'm Mary Kay.
and we are the All or Nothing people. No, we're the life between. We're the life
I'm
between
the
people.
all. I'm the all, just in
I'm
case.
the nothing. I'm the nothing right here. That's it. Perfect. Oh, it's been
Ooh,
an all or nothing week this past week, and I missed the show last week. Mary Kay, as always,
I missed you, but we had the
uh,
fabulous Lynn Serrano.
uh,
Um,
as always, Lynn steps up and helps out whenever she can with anybody who's out there
yeah,
podcasting. She's one of those people that, if you're going to a tough situation, she's a person you want by your side. She's always going to have your back. And we appreciate you, Lynn. And we appreciate the guest. He was a really good guy. I
we do.
caught like 90% of what you guys were doing, and he seems like a really nice guy. Speaking of friends,
Yeah,
look who's
that
with
was
us.
Steven.
Callanan is with us.
Oh, Callanan. So
Callanan.
Callanan, for our audience, I just want to give a shout out to Callanan's book, Wagmore, which I actually don't have with me right here, but I read the whole thing. Like I started planning, I started reading it thinking I'm just going to read a little bit and then I'll put it down. Nope. I read the whole damn thing.
Oh,
I
wow.
loved it. It was just like the most uplifting thing, and getting to know the pugs' personalities. And anyway, I was in heaven. So
You know,
thanks, Callanan.
Kellen, that's awesome. I mean, her perspective might be kind of cool. Do you want to see if she wants to join us for a few minutes?
Yeah.
Kellen, just give us a message. Would you like to join us live? I can send you a link. We're talking about surviving holidays. The holiday season's coming up with Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that stuff. And I'm sure there's other holidays that I don't know about. Um,
The family
with
aspect of it.
family, friends, dealing with the stress, and really, really making sure that you practice self-care during these times because it's hugely important. She said, sure. So
Yay!
I am going to um, invite her.
Woohoo.
I'm figuring out how right now. Um, let's see.
So yeah, we totally missed you last week. It was a great show, and that was with Stephen Goodman. So we'll definitely have him back and see how he's doing, and update on how he's doing.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
oh, just went dark. Now you're a dark
I'm here. I'm
square.
here. There we go. You know what? I'll do it this way, Kellen. I'll send it to you through my phone because it's so much easier.
Oh, that's a good
Um,
idea.
yeah. Uh, yeah.
So you've been
So
away, Scott. So what have you been
I've been.
doing? What have you been?
We have been going. This is really a good example of there's two tragedies in life. Tragedy number one is not getting what you want. Tragedy
Mm,
number two is getting what you want. There's two tragedies. And what Karen and I wanted, my business partner Karen and friend of 43 years, what we wanted was to have a business where people would be calling us and we would be being sought out by people to train and to educate and to write new programs and do all these things. And it's happening now. Unfortunately, that
mm,
means you go when they call. So
yeah.
we have spent the last 3 weeks. 1 week we were on the Atlantic side of Florida. Then we had to drive across the next day to the Gulf side of Florida to do trainings all the way up in Tampa. Then the week after that, we're at a conference, and I was doing the keynote speaking at a conference, and we had that. Then this week, we just got back from 3 days of training up in Orlando.
Mm,
Which is, and it's constant. Now, next week we have trainings, but they're local, which is really nice. Get to go home and come home and sleep in my bed, which is
yeah, like a normal
nice.
person. Yeah.
Like,
So
yeah.
for anybody that's new here, that's watching, tell our viewers what it is that you're training, what it is that you do, what your business is.
Well, it's advanced macrame. And no,
Are you just
no,
testing me to make sure I'm listening?
I'm just saying. We're training. Really, most of the work we're doing now is we have several companies. We have our podcasting company and in a studio company called Sober Life Studios. We have our education piece, which where we write our programs, but we train now through Addicted Communities Coalition, our 501c3, our nonprofit.
Mm,
And what we're able to do is through that program, we have specific trainings for first responders. We go to police, fire, and military, and we train them, and it's all sponsored. They don't have to pay. We train them in intervening in addiction and mental health disorders. How to deal with it, how to recognize it. If somebody's hurting, what do you do to help them? We also train the general public in this so that you can become nationally certified as an interventionist. We train.
I did your course.
You did our course.
Woo!
We train we train treatment centers and anybody in the addiction field and mental health field on how to better treat your clients, how to reduce the incidences of basically of relapse and AMA, where they leave against medical advice. We train advanced communication courses in how to speak to people, especially when they're in positions where they don't want to talk. So that's really what we do. We spend a lot of time, personally, I spent, many, many years trying to help people one-on-one. And the problem is that in the last 2 decades, we've lost 750,000 people to opioids alone, not counting alcohol or other drugs, just opioids.
Oh my God.
750,000. And it's increasing. So in the next 2 decades, the expected number is 3 million people will die from opioid overdose. It is preventable. It is stoppable.
It's preventable.
We could do so much about it. And that's why I'm dedicated to doing this. Working with people one-on-one, I wasn't reaching enough people. But if I train during this month, I think we trained about 350 people this month.
Nice.
That's
scale at scale.
People out there helping 350 more people, helping more people, helping more people. We're trying to boots on the ground, make changes. There's not a person on this planet that should ever suffer alone with addiction, alcoholism, or mental health disorder. And it should never, ever happen. It's happening every day. It's time for us to stop. That's what we do.
Wow. Bless you and bless Karen. I mean, that's such an amazing service that you're providing. Amazing.
I just can't think of something better to do with my life at this point. And the rewards in watching people learn new ways to help other people, and to call us and say, "Oh my God, we used this strategy and it worked, and we got this person help." And
I love it. Wow.
So after all that, Kellen, I did send you the invite to your messenger, so please join us if you'd like. That took forever. So I've been on the road. I haven't even unpacked my underwear yet. I'm just like I well, look at.
Are you saying? Oh my God! So you're not wearing underwear right now?
Oh no, I'm
wearing underwear.
I am. I don't know about Scott though.
I'm not quite commando yet, but Kellen, how are you, darling?
Oh, wonderful. I was just working and then I just turned on my computer and saw you guys and I'm like, I need to say hi.
Oh, thanks for joining us.
Knock that work shit off.
I know. I got a big job. This is my busy season, so I make hay while there's sunshine.
Yeah, I hear you. So is this for producing those amazing cards?
Yes. Yeah. I'm actually
cards that wow, right?
I got an order for 11 by 17. So it's this. I can't hold it up because I haven't glued everything down yet, but it's
that's big.
Huge.
Oh my God.
Holy.
Yeah. Then I got these
creative
ones. These little.
So you're not Hallmark. You're not.
Oh,
Hallmark.
nice. I was going to say she's better than Hallmark. She's custom Hallmark.
Custom. It's so fun.
Gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
That is so awesome.
I love it. And I love your hair too. You changed your hair. It's so beautiful.
I got it. I actually cut 4 inches off of it. So
it looks great.
I'm surrounded by redheads.
I know. Lucky you.
Lucky you.
I got some red in my beard. My grandfather's nickname was Red because his hair was red.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Where's your cat? Where's Jonesy? He's a redhead. Is he there?
Oh, he's farting around somewhere.
He's mad at you for being gone.
I bet. Yeah, I've been gone too long, and I left him an eyedropper of water, and
that was nice.
No,
corner somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm so blessed. My mother lives down the street from me, and so my mom would come over every day and take care of the cat and stuff, and that was cool.
Nice.
But anyway, let's talk about what we're going to talk about.
Ooh.
Now, first of all, you guys both agreed. I just want a little thing here. Next Wednesday, you guys both agreed you're going to join me and Therese on a show where we're going to talk about. It'll be next Wednesday night at 7 on the X's. We're going to talk about I'm going to ask questions about what men really want to know about women. And you guys are going to tell the brutal, honest truth.
Yeah,
Is it?
it's gonna be how not to be an ex.
Yeah. And we can be honest and like no
Yeah.
restrictions on like words, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no filters. I mean, there are simple things that that guys don't quite understand, and I'm sure it goes the other way too.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure
For
you guys
sure.
just look at us sometimes and scratch your heads and think, how can they be so stupid? But
Mhm.
but yeah, so we're definitely gonna have some fun with that, and Teresa and I are looking forward to that. So it's gonna be like, I think, me and 4 women, which is
Ooh, lucky you.
Your
Lucky
dream.
you. That's
yeah. I've actually had that. I've had that household makeup before. It was me, Therese, my daughter, her daughter, and I was outnumbered.
Yeah.
Like forever. But
that's why you got a male cat.
that's right. Me and Jonesy, we just sit around commando doing nothing all day.
Oh.
So you know what, Mary Kay, you brought this topic up about the holidays coming up and about taking care of yourself. Why specifically did this come to mind right now?
So because US Thanksgiving is coming up, Canadian Thanksgiving just passed, and the Christmas holidays, of course. And I just find getting into conversations with people right now, they're stressed because they haven't seen their family in a year, but they feel obligated to go to this function, or they're going to a function where they know that there's going to be some other family that they don't quite get along with, or that they don't like. There's a lot of divisiveness right now, not just with the public, but things that are out there that divide family opinions, and depending on how heated your family wants to be. Like, I come from a Greek family, so we're loud and we yell, and it doesn't feel like it's a bad thing. But for other people, it might be different. Oh, there's Lynn. Hi, Lynn.
Hey, Lynn.
So yeah, I just wanted to talk about how can we get through these family functions? How can we get through the anticipatory stress of getting to them? Can we get out of some of the obligations? That's another thing. And what about the other side of things? So for me, my difficulties actually don't stem from family. They stem from me being alone during the holidays and being single during the holidays. So I'd love to touch on that as well. But I think, let's focus on some of the, all the craziness that can come during the holidays.
I like that. And there's multiple sides to this. I mean, whether you're talking about family, I mean, there's some people out there that don't have the stress or the pleasure of having family around, but there's other stressors that go with the holidays as well. You're right, being single, maybe being a single parent and having kids or something like that can sometimes be stressful with holidays. And it just seems like there is, and this is a proven thing, that there's flu season comes along right around this time of year, right?
Oh yeah.
Now, do you guys, have you ever thought about why is this flu season?
Immunity, our immunity's down.
Because everybody's running around and tired and letting themselves go. And
exactly. Stress builds up. It's towards the end of the year, the holidays stress. People eat more unhealthy during this time of year than any other time of year. They don't sleep as much. They don't take care of themselves as much. We are much more vulnerable as a population. You're not sleepy on Thanksgiving because you ate a turkey leg. You're not. I know there's tryptophan in turkey. You'd have to eat 3 turkeys for that tryptophan to do anything to your body. The reason you're sleepy is because you just ate 4.5 pounds of mashed potatoes. That's why you're sleepy. It's not the turkey. I'd love to.
And bread.
It's not bread. Bread. And, I don't eat bread. I just had stuffing. That's bread. Come on. So there's all sorts of stressors, all sorts of things. And now more than ever, this part of the year where we tend to think more about others, we really should be taking care of ourselves at a higher level. What do you think about all this, Kellen?
Totally agree. I am like Mary Kay, I'm single as well. And you may know my mom passed away. It's going to be a year next Saturday.
Right.
So I'm going through the firsts of everything without her. And, it's just her and my daughter. as far as
Mm.
families. Like I don't really have I got to go hang out with my family thing. And
Yeah.
we didn't really do much for Thanksgiving anyway. But the problem I'm having is people are like, oh, she's alone. She doesn't have her mom. So I'm getting all these invitations.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to do anything. I'm like, I can do whatever I want this Thanksgiving. Emily's in California with her dad. And I mean, I want to go to Florida.
There you go.
It's like,
Book it now.
yeah.
Hey,
But
wait.
the whole
If you're going to Florida, I'll invite you to my house.
There you go.
thing- And I'll tell you no. No, I'm just kidding.
Practice.
Just
There you go.
Great having you. It's been great having you on the show, Callan.
No, bye, guys. Well, no, I'm going to meet you next week, I think. Well,
We're gonna
going
try.
You
Nice.
may change. You may uninvite me after that.
Oh,
But,
I got tons-
but
tons of
the
crazy
thing
people.
is about our resistance being low, and
Mm.
I used to get so sick in December because of Halloween. I'm a big Halloween girl too, so Halloween, Thanksgiving, New Year's, or Christmas, New Year's. But I have been on this. You guys know about my polar swimming kick,
Mhm. Yes.
and I've been
wait a
doing
minute,
that
wait a minute.
every day.
Tell people
Plunge.
every day you're taking polar plunges.
Well, they're the equivalent of, because the water is 62 degrees. It's like
No
freaking
thanks.
cold. But I have a wetsuit, so
Still.
I'll tell you, it's harder to swim in a wetsuit than in a swimsuit or a skin, because it makes you buoyant and float, and I have to work harder.
Yeah.
I think I'm actually losing more weight.
Oh my God.
But
You
yeah,
just-
so I decided that I have a rowing machine that I row when I can't swim. And I decided this year I hate rowing so much that I'm going to keep my pool open probably until it snows. Until I can't physically stand, like I get hypothermia. Like you guys will hear, there was Kellen. She had hypothermia.
Oh my God.
But
I
I hope you have
it's a
neighbors
reset.
checking in on you.
Yeah, but it's all about the taking care of ourselves, our physical, our mental health, and that is not only good for the physical health. I mean, it gives you a mental reset whether you want it or not. But
Yeah.
it's an amazing feeling. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm actually looking forward to getting in the pool at 2:00 because I have a solar heater blanket on it, so the sun hits it for the day, and then I flip it open and I jump in, and I get it to 62. So I mean, my goal is to try to get it to 70, but it just hasn't happened. There hasn't been enough sun.
No. You know what? If you get a toaster and plug it in and then drop it in the water.
Oh my God.
It
I thought
gets
you
really
liked
warm
me.
real fast. It gets real warm real fast.
Thought you liked me.
Oh boy. What not to do. Kids, if
What
you're
not to
listening,
do,
do
that's
not try
right.
that.
But so did, as far as the stress and the things that come with holidays and families, like we talked about on the show Tuesday night, that my thing is I do a reset, whether it be swimming in the pool, getting up from my desk, removing yourself from a situation.
Mm.
I don't know if you saw, I wear my crown when I'm working. That helps me reset my mind.
Mary Kay,
I
she's
want-
actually
wait,
got a real crown.
It's right here.
I want a crown.
Here we go. Go ahead, put it on.
I love it. I
Uh,
want a crown.
I'm gonna send you one. Send me, put your address in the
God
message.
save the Queen.
I already
Oh
sent
my
one
goodness.
I sent one to Lynn. She's gonna get hers tomorrow.
That's so
But
cool.
it's all of it's when they're stressed. To me, it's all about reset. Like I said, whether I put because like I might I'll be like and then I'll just go, and then I just feel pretty and happy, and it just
Oh, what
it
a
is.
great thing.
It's a silly reset, but it really works. And sometimes I wear it when I'm not stressed, just because I love wearing crowns.
I would go grocery shopping with that. Are you kidding? I love it.
Well, I have. What's going on?
Ping.
So, sorry, I gotta turn that off.
He's
That's
working
your-
while she's talking. Babe.
It's her entourage.
Well, no,
Princess.
I have California clients, so it's just getting.
Oh.
So that's what this one. Actually, this one is in the Pacific time zone of Canada. This client, so
Cool.
But yeah, no, but it's just I'm just reiterating what I said Tuesday. It's like
Yeah.
the stress part. Just find a way to reset, and it can be with meditation, wearing a crown, going swimming. I play my violin. I mean, I've got tons of. I mean, if I've done anything from COVID until now, it's been self-care, which is
Yeah.
something I ignored for like 54 4 years. So
I don't, you know what? I don't even know there was a term self-care.
no, I don't think there
long
was.
ago. This is a
No.
relatively new concept. We've had the self-help,
Right.
that, and which always amazes me that for self-help I have to go seek somebody else's book so I can self-help. And it's like, why are we calling it self-help? If why
If
not
somebody
call it
else
help?
is doing it,
Why not just call it help? Or why are we so afraid to ask for help?
Because people are, and shameless plug. So I developed a self-care checklist for people that are solopreneurs, part-time, business side hustlers. And if you want it, go to my website, mkranger.com. It's free. And the reason I did that was because, so it's got 14 different ideas that you can use throughout your day, different ones every day. But because people were asking, like, what can I do? What is self-care? What are things that I can do? I'm like, okay, look, write these things down, put them in your phone,
share them,
and pick 3, right? When you're feeling kind of off, pick something and do it. 3 minutes, 30 minutes, 3 hours. I don't care. Pick whatever works for you. And I'd rather have prevention than dealing with a hard situation, right? Like for me, it's try and do these things even when you feel fantastic. Don't wait until
make it a habit.
Make it exactly. Thanks, Callum. That's what I was trying to say.
Meditation is a habit for me every morning, and I don't do the hippie meditation. I just sit in my Adirondack and look at the pugs or just stare. Like no phone, no music, no. I just I'm in the moment with whatever's happening around me. Because I love my house because there's not now because it's so cold, but there's tons of birds and there's really there's nature noises and things like that, and I just I'm like, oh, I think I counted 15 different birds today.
I love that. And you know what?
In your note, do you have breath work in there? Because that's new. I'm relatively new to breath work.
So so it's meant for people that don't really have any training in anything. My list. Okay. So, but I do have breathing. Right? Stop and take a breath, because breath work, I think if you're not properly trained or you're not following a person who knows what they're doing,
right,
can be dangerous, right? Like it's not something that I would just throw on someone, but I think it's totally valuable. It works. It definitely has some benefits, but even just 3 minutes of deep breathing, eyes closed or open, because some people are not comfortable closing their eyes, especially in the presence of other people. Scott, you would probably know that, right?
And don't go extreme with it. Some people get extreme with it,
right?
And if you're doing it and you're getting dizzy, you're doing it wrong. Okay,
It's just inhale, deep inhales, breathe in through your mouth, out through your in through
a
your
simple way to do it
out
is
through your mouth, right? Is that
do your Mississippis. Breathe in on a 4 Mississippi. So you're breathing in through your nose. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. You breathe in. And then you exhale through your mouth, but you drag it out to like a 6 or an 8 as far as you can go. 1 Mississippi. And until it's fully exhaled, not just and it's out. If you do that 2 or 3 times, and it only takes a few seconds to do that, it activates the vagus nerve. You start to calm. There's a lot of things that happen. Holding a cold bottle of water on your wrist will activate the vagus nerve. It'll calm you. There's so many things you can do. When you're having anxiety, take a cold bottle of water, hold it right against, there we go, your wrist right there. And just hold it there. And after like 30 seconds.
Cold can?
A cold can is fine. A cold beer, whatever you have in your hand, Kellen. No,
not
one
tonight.
One time, right?
One time, I know, right?
Boobly. I'm drinking boobly.
Oh, boobly.
Yes. Pineapple boobly.
Yes, I love his music. Michael Bublé. But that's a great little thing. But breathing is really important. But learn about these things. But I want to point out something, Mary Kay. You said something. I don't want to gloss this over. You said even when you're doing well, you should exercise or do these things.
Yeah.
Even when you're feeling good or you're having a good day. I'm going to say not even when, especially when you're doing well.
Especially when,
If you only do it in moments of crisis, it's still a reaction. It's not a preventative. It's not
Right.
a habit. It's now a knee jerk. And whenever you do something in a knee jerk, it does not create healthy habits. It's necessary sometimes.
Yeah.
But healthy habits are created when you do it because you like doing it. So when you're feeling good, do these things so that when you're feeling off, it will be automatic to do them and not a knee jerk, just an automation.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah. So not a coping mechanism, although it can be, but a habit, like Kellen said.
Yeah. People who want to
Preventative.
lose weight, you could stop eating and get rid of weight, or you could develop healthy eating habits that will help you to maintain better weights or lose weight or something. So that's what we're trying to do, is develop self-care on a daily basis that isn't,
Mhm.
oh, I've got to go do self-care right now or I'll kill somebody.
Right.
You want it to be, hey, you know what?
Oh,
It's 8
no.
o'clock in the morning. It's time for my walk and to sing with the birds and to do all the things I do and whatever it is. And you just do it.
Yeah.
And I hate that people always like want help. It's the foxhole treatment. You know, when the bombs are going off over our heads, yeah, we'll do anything we're supposed to do. But do you do that on a daily basis to take care of you? You know, and that's I think that's where we're talking to 3 single people here, so we don't know how this shit works in relationships. People.
Oh boy, that's next week. We'll talk about that on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, it's going to be some big questions and answers on that day. Let me tell you. So you know, Kellen, before you came in, I was talking about how stressed I was with just my schedule and everything. You're telling us you're going into your busy time of year with your schedule and stuff. You know, are you especially purposeful in making sure you save time for yourself during these times?
I am over the past few years. Yes. Because I would normally like work from 5 a.m. till 10 o'clock at night, get up, go to the bathroom, maybe get some water. I mean, totally the worst self-care as we have defined that.
No, the worst would be not getting up to go to the bathroom. That would
True.
be
That would be bad.
But no, like a typical, I wake up at 5:30. I start just during my busy season because I just have a lot to do, but I don't just work straight through. Like 9 o'clock, I'll get up, make a cup of coffee. I got to feed the dogs. I'll go out I'll go sit and I meditate, come back in and work and then stop. And then I think, oh, I need to get up. So I go deliver orders to the post office, come back, have lunch, and then come back to work. I mean, it's like this mishmash and then like I went swimming today at 2:30 and then came in, did some more work. I'd have a ton of breaks in between because I'll get more done. Because maybe in the 12-hour span, maybe I'm only really working 5 or 6 hours, but the quality that I do get in that 6 hours is tenfold of what if I would have done 15 in a row.
Yeah. We're not
And
meant to
9 times out of
focus.
10, it's just 'cause I'm having fun. Like I don't need to be I didn't need to be working right now. I was just having so much fun making this giant card that I'm like, I'm just going to get it done.
Well, we're talking about creative stuff too, which is different than, we're not just crunching numbers and writing reports. We're doing creative.
Yeah.
And creative things require you to be in a good front mindset or else the creativity shuts down. Mary Kay, you do it with your photography, with your writing, your beautiful writing that you do and all the things that you do, and Kellen, obviously it's art, it's cards, it's creating new media content. Really. It's new stuff for people to give to people. It's awesome. Plus your writing. And then me with the art or the music or whatever else I do. And even training and teaching it's kind of an art because I'm writing my own programs. It's especially important that you have to be in a good mindset or else that all shuts down. You can't just automate that stuff. It's got to be creative. You got to feel good about yourself to be doing that, right?
Well, the other thing to remember is creativity isn't 9 to 5. Like sometimes I'm up at 2 in the morning because I'm like, oh wait, I figured out how to fix this. I call solution, solving problems. Like if I have a design or something, but if I can solve it at 2 in the morning, I get up and solve it at 2 in the morning. And you know what? If I sleep until 10, who cares? I mean, I solved my problem. And because creativity is not 9 to 5. I mean, you can't just sit down. Okay, 9 o'clock, creativity. I'm ready.
Yeah. I agree. I totally agree with that because
you never know.
You never know, and you've got to be open,
right,
to be creative. You've got to, refreshed
and reset, and
and able to take input.
Let me acknowledge some people. Karen is with
Oh.
us, my business partner.
Hi,
say
Karen.
hi.
I get to meet you next week.
We got my
Hi,
mom.
Sandy
We
Mom.
got Sandy Mom
Aw.
with us, and she's saying hi, kids. Lynn is saying Kellen Ann is a rock star.
Yes, she is.
And then she says, you are all talented. Thank you, Lynn.
Aw,
Appreciate
thank
that.
you.
You said
Appreciate that. Let's slide into, so we don't forget too much, there's a lot of people involved in this time of the year, whether it's
Yeah.
family or friends or parties or get-togethers or gatherings or just, I don't know, you're expected to just be a little more philanthropic with your time, if you will, and spend time with people. It's important that we understand that no matter how crazy whatever mess we step into, however crazy it is, it's not ours. Just because we walk into a family dinner doesn't mean we have to adopt every problem at that table. And I think sometimes we do that, right?
I think you're right, Scott. And as a person who helps people, it feels natural for me to adopt everybody's problems. Right? It does. So I have to stop myself from, especially if somebody doesn't ask for help. Sometimes they don't need the help. They don't want the help. They have not asked you to fix anything. And something that I say too, even just for people doing something that you know is not good for them, behaving in a way, family feuding for something, it's their journey. It's their journey. They're choosing it. If they invite me on that journey because they want some help, I'll be there with bells on. But I think, having that mantra, and I've got it actually written upstairs on a sticky, not necessarily for family, but whole other story. It's their journey. It's on a sticky. It's their journey.
Good.
Leave it alone.
Yeah. I mean, if somebody hired me to take them into the mountains and show them the way to the top of a mountain, I am a guide.
Yeah.
If I grab a group of people and take them up into the mountains at gunpoint, I am a terrorist.
You're a criminal.
I'm a criminal. I'm a kidnapper. And that's what we do. We forget sometimes that offering advice or trying to fix people uninvited,
Unsolicited.
it's
Unsolicited, yeah.
It's like we're taking hostages. We're kidnapping them. We're bullying them. And it's like, it's not our job. When you're invited, you are a help. When you're not invited, you become that know-it-all person that nobody wants to hang out with.
Yeah.
It's also okay if you get invited to admit you have no clue what you're doing.
Oh, nice.
No, seriously. I mean, I've given people really bad advice sometimes. It was solicited, and I didn't know, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to say no from now on because I don't want them doing the wrong thing, So yeah, keep that in mind.
I am so guilty of that because I used to drive around, and if I saw, especially an attractive lady with a car broke down, I'd be the first one to pull over. I'll pull over and I'll be like, can I help you? And I will open the hood and look at the engine. Guess what I know about cars? The fact that I know how to open the hood is a miracle in itself.
I still don't know how to open mine.
I will stand. I am no help to this woman whatsoever. I could pull over and say, do you need a phone to make a call? That's about all I could offer. But I want to be a hero. I want to do all that. And I end up looking like an idiot. Or getting myself into a position where I'm going to say, no, it looks fine. She's going to get in, turn the key, and the car explodes. I don't know.
Is your love language words of affirmation?
I'm not sure. My love language is time.
Mine
Spending
too.
time.
Quality time? Okay.
Quality time.
Physical affection and quality time are my top two.
There we go.
Mine are words of affirmation and quality time.
Well, what's words of affirmation? What would that be like?
Like when you fix the tire, oh my God, thank you so much. I'm so happy. Thank you. You saved my life. Or when you put a post on Facebook and you wait and look and see how many people made comments on it.
Oh, yeah. That's also called being an emotional vampire.
No.
No.
There's nothing wrong with words of affirmation as long as they're not controlling you and helping you decide, make decisions, and it's not controlling your life.
Right. If your opinion of you is based on those affirmations, that's a problem.
True. No, I'm saying
No,
if you
okay,
just
that's
flat
right.
enjoy them, like
Yeah.
I love when people comment on my stuff, and then I actually, I love commenting back and finding out what people are really thinking.
Yeah,
I
I
love
guess
it.
I think
Inspiring
everybody
them.
appreciates that. You guys, if Mary Kay, if you read an article, you'd love feedback. You want to know what people
Yeah.
think.
Oh yeah, I do.
You
I
know,
do love that. And you know what? This ties in very well to family gatherings.
Mhm.
okay.
And there's a lot of cultural or familial type programming and thinking that goes on. So say your family wanted you to be a doctor or whatever they wanted you to be, and you're showing up every dinner and that's what they're talking about, and you feel the need for their approval, right?
Right.
So that's something that I don't want to say suffered from. It's not a disorder. It's something that has challenged me over the years, in that, like, why do I seek approval? Why is that approval from certain people so damn important? And it's not anymore, but it used to be. And I
Mhm.
think if people feel that trigger of, oh, I'm not pleasing my mom, or I'm not pleasing
Mhm.
my even your significant other.
Your spouse,
Think
your
about, yeah, think
mother-in-law.
Yeah.
about why. Like, why are you feeling like that? And try and trace it back as far as you can. Like, when was the first time I felt like a disappointment? And then I changed my behavior so I wouldn't be, because there's roots in there and there's healing to be done. And of course we can't do it right here, right now, but
I
it's
think
just a
psychologists
sign.
say that it starts at like age 6 or 7 is
It
when
could.
when the first like noted like our memory that from studies that I've read, they said it was like 6 or 7 years old this happens.
Well, that's because
It
that's when
could.
that's between the ages of like 4 and 6 is when sense of self develops. When you really
Right.
start to
Mm,
understand that you are a human being on your own standing.
Yeah.
So of course that's when of course we start to develop our shortcomings and our little proclivities and our problems and our phobias and our anxieties all start to develop then too. The minute we
How old,
figure out we're a human being.
how old are kids when they're in third grade?
8.
I was
I was
12.
8.
They're 8.
I was 15. I was 15.
In grade,
No,
no, third grade.
so a lot like when my daughter was in grade school, I volunteered art. I was an art teacher, and I
Yep.
did K through 5. And third grade was my favorite year because they're developing opinions, but they're not their dads or their moms
Yeah.
or it was such an individual, wonderful. And then when I teach fourth grade, it is all out the door. It's like where did that great little third grader go? Because now you sound like what your mom sounds like. You sound like what your dad sounds like.
It got beaten out of them, not
Yeah.
physically beaten, or maybe in some
No, it's
cases,
just
but
I just love third grade.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I love that age too.
Well, damage takes time to occur.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it
takes time.
accumulates like a snowball.
It
Thank
does.
you. It's cumulative, and trauma is cumulative, and
Yeah.
all of that stuff is just. And so these kids, they still don't understand the hopelessness of life in the world at
Right.
that point. They still believe everything is happy and good, and when I get old, I could do anything, and $100 is all the money in the world, and there's all this stuff that they don't. And as you get older, you start to like lose your faith in all of that, and it's
Yeah.
like it's not a magical fairy tale world. It's a hard world to live in, and it's all these things. And the truth is, it's like it can still be that magical fairy tale place.
It can.
All you got to do is continue to hold on to that wonderment, that
Mhm.
wonderment that we had as a child. There's so many things that we see every day that we just kind of look past instead of saying,
Mhm.
wow, how amazing that can occur. How amazing is it that two people can meet in a grocery store with the busy lives and stuff? They haven't seen each other in 10 years. And how cool is that moment? That's a fairy tale moment. How amazing is it to see a squirrel jump from one tree to the other?
Ooh, I love
And
that.
here I tripped over the curb trying to get to the woods to watch this happen. And I'm seeing this squirrel jump from tree to tree. How amazing is that? There is so much wonderment that we do not embrace anymore. getting together with our families. And sometimes it's like, even then, because there are people that don't have families that are available to get together with,
Yeah.
Mhm.
you know, and it's like we get together with them, and it's like, instead of looking at it as how blessed am I, you know, to have this, you know, we don't have enough room at the table for everybody. Wow, how blessed am I? As opposed to sitting there with, you know, your Dinty Moore beef stew can and eating alone by candlelight, you know,
Which
is like
happens.
a sad picture, but
Which happens, you know, because when I was married, my family, the Greek side, always celebrated on Christmas Day. Now his side, they were Greek as well, but also my ex-mother-in-law is Finnish. So they celebrated Christmas Eve. So I always had Christmas Eve celebrations and Christmas Day. And then when we got divorced, my son was with his dad on Christmas Eve, every Christmas Eve, because that's their celebration, and every Christmas Day with me, because that's mine. So I would spend many Christmas Eves by myself with my can of chili or whatever. And it took a couple of times for me to realize, excuse me, that like you, Kellen, I can do whatever the hell I want. Like, okay, maybe there's not much open Christmas Eve. There might be stuff going on. But I can go sit outside. I can get, you know, in the snow, in my snow boots. I can go make a snowman because I'm in Canada, Scott, right? Remember the snow?
yeah, I remember what that
You
looks
could
like.
fly down and visit Kellen and swim in her cold pool.
Or I could
Right?
watch Kellen swim in her cold pool.
You know, Thanksgiving, we never really celebrated, even when
No.
people were alive, because we just despised it so much. And then when my mom came to live with me when I was taking care of her and my daughter was here, she was like, just go to Cracker Barrel and get me some turkey, you know, because I don't even like turkey, you know. So it's like Thanksgiving to me is like a no event. So it was so funny. So she started this tradition, I think 3 or 4 years ago. She'd give Emily and I $100 each because she wanted to be alone. She says, go do something. And I look at Emily, I go, let's go to Buc-ee's. You know Buc-ee's, right?
No. What's Buc-ee's?
I've heard of it.
Okay,
I'm in Canada.
it's a truck stop, but it's just Google it, okay?
I love it.
Emily, so every Thanksgiving now, Emily and I go to Buc-ee's and we eat pulled pork sandwiches and get cookie dough, raw cookie dough, and I do part of my Christmas shopping.
Oh, I love it.
At Buc-ee's truck stop.
Yes. Oh, because it's not like a truck stop. They have beautiful home
Tire
decor.
pressure gauge. Thank you so much. A tire pressure gauge.
No, but they have,
No.
I got my daughter a $300 cowhide rug. I mean,
my God.
It has everything you can imagine. It has all kinds of Buc-ee's branded stuff, but it has like home camping. They have really nice clothing too. So
it's like the we've got a place here in Canada just off the highway actually called the Big Apple.
okay.
Same kind of thing. It's right off the highway. It is a truck stop. You can eat there, but there's gift shops. You can watch them make candy and some other.
Yeah, they have a whole baking. They make baking goods. They make baked goods that you watch them do the brisket, and I mean, you name it, they have it there. It's a marketing genius.
I love it. Ooh, there's Christopher. Hi.
Chris Roush. How's it going, brother?
So Christopher may know of Buc-ee's. It's not California. So it started in Texas, but now they're in Georgia, Florida. Like if I go to Florida, I hit 3 of them going down.
Well, I know there's one place when you're heading down 95. It's called South of the Border, and that's like a truck stop, stores, restaurants. But it's like it hasn't changed. It's called South of the Border. I've never stopped there because it looks like Quentin Tarantino is about to film a murder scene there. That's how creepy this place looks. It really just. But let's bring this around for a moment.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. I went off.
No,
it's okay. I love that. I love that. Buc-ee's.
I'm gonna let Buc-ee's know they owe us a check for the advertising.
Yeah.
I'll probably get a bearskin rug or something and a tire pressure gauge. And
I might get you a cowskin rug.
Cowskin rug. There we go. But with all, doing what you want to do is great. showing up for people, and whether it's the company parties, the friend get-togethers, the Friendsgivings. I don't know if you guys have ever tried one of those.
Yeah, we do that. Yeah.
Those are a lot of fun to do.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many different things. The point of it is to share moments of your life with other people. It's not about gifts. It's not about impressing people. It's not about letting people down. I know people don't go to high school reunions. Why? Because they don't want to seem like a disappointment. They don't want, it's like, I'm going to show up there. I'm going to pull up in my Corolla next to somebody in a Lamborghini. And it's like, it's never really about any of that. It's about, are you smiling today? Are you happy today? Are you doing what you want with your life today? None of that other stuff should matter. Show up, be there, and share of yourself. And that's all you can do. No matter what it is. Presents are wonderful. The turkey dinner, it's all great things. But I enjoy holidays. Thanksgiving is one of my favorite, besides Halloween. And any holiday where you're allowed to dress as Batman, no matter how old you are, is my. Come on, please, because you can't do that on February 10th. Because
why not?
You get
why
fired.
not? Oh, you get fired. Yeah, that's true. Well, and I think on the topic of giving, the holidays is if you're alone and you want to, right? You want to give to a charity or show up and volunteer and do something for the people that are less fortunate.
What a brilliant idea. Love that.
My daughter and we've gone to food banks and
that's such a good option for people.
Feeling. It's an amazing feeling. I think if I felt better than the people that we were.
I know, right?
Yeah, my wife Hera, God rest her soul, before things got real bad with addiction and stuff, we had a family tradition, and every Christmas morning we would go to the homeless shelters, and we would be saving up clothes, even buying clothes that we wouldn't wear and keep them.
Nice.
And we would deliver 5 or 6 huge boxes of clothes, sneakers, toys. And every Christmas, it was a tradition of ours. And, and everybody's like, well, why would you? I'm like, let's a tax write. You know what? I'd write off $50. It wasn't about the write-off. It was about giving something away. If I've got 2 shirts and somebody has no shirts, I'm ahead of the game. Why am I judging myself on all these other things?
Right.
Share what you can. Spend time doing something. I can't tell you how many people have never, ever, ever served food in a food bank.
I can't.
Or never, ever, ever donated clothes at a homeless shelter. Or never dedicated time or helped out with Big Brother, Big Sister or one of these programs. There's so many different things you can do that are just wonderful. And when you do something like that, then you show up and your crazy family's all screaming at each other over the, whether fresh cranberries or canned cranberries are better. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
And women's shelters. I just wanted to add in there women's shelters as well, because holidays, they can fill up during the holidays because tempers rise and whatever, and people just want to get out of that situation, get their kids out, and they just show up there with nothing.
Yeah.
Like the clothes on their back, and that's it. So that too, consider that. You might not be able to go there because usually they're undisclosed locations.
Right.
But you can certainly donate ahead of time or support them in other ways.
If you go to your local like county mental health agencies and stuff, they can have things delivered there. You could stop there and say, I would like this to go to a women's shelter. You don't need to know where it is, but and they will take care of that for you. I used to do Toys for Tots runs with the motorcycle gang I used to ride with.
Nice.
Sorry, I shouldn't say motorcycle. It wasn't a gang. It was just a bunch of idiots with bikes.
A club?
But we did Toys for Tots. We did that stuff. And it was hugely rewarding. And I'll tell you, sometimes doing that stuff, just getting out of your own way and recognizing it's not about, oh my God, there's people so much worse than me everywhere. It's just about, thank God I have the ability to extend my hand, at least in this moment. Yeah. And it means so much, because we see so many people just being selfish about everything they have,
Just reminded me of church. We used to do these shoe boxes and send them to third world countries. I don't know, but you take for granted, like kids don't have a toothbrush or clean socks or it's really. But it was so fun putting those shoe boxes together. So you're right. There's so many ways that we can help others in service and
service.
Just makes your heart feel good.
Yeah, I mean, just because Aunt Judy's a pain in the ass doesn't mean you can't be
Aunt Judy.
Aunt Judy. Uncle Al. They're a pain in the ass. You hate seeing them at the holidays. But you know what? At the end of the day, you know, you could still go out and do so many wonderful things and good things. And
I have a funny story. So,
Good.
well, I don't know if you guys will think it's funny.
I'm laughing already.
When I think about it.
I know.
So when I was
Stop while you're
married,
ahead. We're
when
laughing.
I was married, I went to church. It wasn't a Catholic church. It was just a Christian, and you know there was midnight mass. And I remember getting in trouble with his mom because I wanted to go to midnight mass on Christmas Eve. You know, it's like, I mean, I remember doing that as a child forever, and I'm like, you know, I want to go to midnight mass, and I'm walking out the door, and she's like, "What the hell is she thinking going to church on Christmas Eve?"
Wow.
It's still funny, isn't it?
It's funny. It's funny.
In a kind of obtuse kind of way.
Kind of in the name, isn't it?
Well, you think, right? But I mean,
What was I thinking?
we don't go on Christmas Eve either. We might go, I think, on Christmas Day. I haven't been to church in a while. But
Well, I mean, it
yeah,
was
my
just-
family would think I was crazy if I got up from whatever I was doing and went to church at
I
midnight.
think I was going there for respite.
Yeah. Save me.
I'm sorry.
I've got to stop and go to church. I just ate dinner with you people.
Oh my
And
god.
I've had enough.
somebody at this table
Confession.
needs to do a
Going
whole
for
lot of praying.
confession.
Somebody's got to do a whole lot of praying right now. Because you're all
Oh my
screwed.
god.
You're all screwed.
I'm sorry.
So we got
Oh.
Sandy Mom saying we always had extra people at our holiday tables.
Oh,
Aw.
There are always folks who are alone. That's something else too. You know, I
Yeah.
know, Callan, you say, you know, the minute people find out you're
She'll
single,
say
it's
no.
like, oh, come and
No.
have dinner with us and come and do this with us. And it's like, well, you know, no, and no. But there are people that do want the invite.
Yeah.
It's never wrong to invite somebody. I mean, you know,
Agreed.
it's our business whether we say yes or no. But yeah, my mom during Thanksgivings, every once in a while I get there, we'd sit down, we'd be eating, and like, hey mom, who the hell's that at the end of the table? I just passed the potatoes to like Bobby Stranger. I don't know who the hell he is. What's going on?
he was
Yeah,
polite.
Batman.
find out. Maybe it's somebody who's new in addiction recovery, or somebody who's got something going on, or somebody who had a, you know, their significant others, you know, left. There's all sorts of reasons to share. And I'm
Yeah.
sitting with a group of people right now, and we've had people joining in with us, you know, Mom and Karen and Chris and Lynn and Jean and, you know, all these people joining in with us who have special qualities that they can share with people. Please do that.
Yeah.
If we think a little bit more about just giving of ourselves and a whole lot less about taking from others,
Exactly.
the expectations just go right down. You
Mhm.
know, it just, you don't have to worry about that stuff. I am stressed. My Phillies and the Arizona Diamondbacks are tied at 1-1.
Ooh.
Who do you want to win?
Oh, the Phillies. I'm Phillies all the way.
Okay. I'm a Cubs
Philadelphia.
fan. They're out.
Oh yeah, they were out. I think game 3 of the season. They were already considered out.
Rub it in. Rub it in.
You say shut up on my show? Really?
No.
No, I didn't hear that.
No.
No. I'm
Oh,
kidding.
we're being recorded. You know that,
I'm
right,
used
Kellen?
to disappointment, so the Cubs have just prepared me for life.
Kellen, how you don't have your own show already is beyond me.
I did have one. I like having a co-host, so now I have my Saturday show,
Your writer
the right
one.
the Right Spotlight, and I
Oh, that's
interview
right. That's right.
authors.
Oh, how's that coming along? How's that
Oh,
going?
it's really fun. We got some big names on there, and you know our friend Rex is going to be on there in December.
Oh, nice.
Barry's going to be on there on the 28th of this month. I'm looking at my calendar, and then Deb's going to be on this Saturday.
Oh my goodness.
Guess
Scott,
who's
we
not
need to
gonna
write
be
a
there?
book.
Guess
We
who's
need to
not
write
going to
a
be on
book,
the author show?
Me and you.
Scott's going to do a picture book.
Now, I am published.
Oh, so I can interview now?
Scientific journals, though.
No,
Yeah.
that works.
I've been published in the research into brain chemistry with addiction, dopamine
Oh.
production and addiction, and the dopaminic pathway in the brain. And I'm
That's a
published.
great topic. That's a great
Yeah.
topic.
Are
I'll
you
watch
busy-
that show
are you
for
busy
sure.
The 23rd
Yeah.
December.
What? Huh?
You busy the 23rd of December or the 30th?
23rd. Shit, I have no clue. I'll let you. I have no
2
clue.
months away.
The funny thing is, my business partner and I, Karen, is like, she'll come into my office and she'll come in and write something on my schedule. And I'm like, what is that? She goes, don't worry about it. It's not that day yet. And just because I don't keep schedules well, she does.
Yeah.
So
Thank
basically,
goodness.
it's like each week I'll look at it and say, oh, I guess I'm doing a show with this person this week. And it's thank God she takes care of that. It's good.
See, I'm the scheduler of our group, of me and my co-host. He knows all like how to do this StreamYard stuff and hook everything to the YouTube.
That's like us, Scott, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Mary Kay and I, we're
Yeah.
working out our things. And I'm going to be training her how to do this because there are occasions when I can't be available. So you might be a co-host we call on an occasion. How's that?
Yep.
That'd be fun.
Yes, please.
I would do that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cool.
That's
I
awesome.
love it.
So we're down to the last couple of minutes. We've kind of been all over the place today, but there is a general theme about what we were talking about, and it's about self-care, about being yourself, and about making sure that you are doing things that serve you especially during the holidays when there's so many pressures on us. Make sure you do the things that serve you, whether it's being philanthropic, whether it's being kind, whether it's just taking care of yourself, swimming in ice cold water, because apparently some people think that's a good idea. Whatever it might be that lights you up, make sure you don't stop doing that. Don't take your time to light so many candles that you forget to save a little bit of flame for yourself.
That's
all right.
Beautiful.
So, what do you think, Kellen? How do you want to wrap up?
I would just, say what I always say when you're feeling stressed and, do the reset, however you choose to do that. And I love what Mary Kay said about not just waiting till it's too late to help yourself, and to do it with purpose and intention before all the craziness happens, so that you've developed that habit and it just makes it easier. So that's what I have to say.
Awesome. Mary Kay.
I love it. Well, I would say right now, everybody who's watching, even Scott, because I know you don't schedule, go and schedule a day off during the holidays. So during the Christmas holidays, it's going to be a me day. Schedule it and honor it. No matter what invitations you get, that is your day for yourself, doing whatever you want. So my day is going to be spent doing some wildlife photography in the snow in December. Hoping and praying for some beautiful cardinals, because they show up really great against the snow.
Yeah.
And some deer, my spirit animals, the deer, the white-tailed deer. Yeah. So that's my thing. And just
I can't wait to see the pictures.
Thanks.
Jean says schedule a 2-hour massage. There you go.
Woo! Yeah, that's perfect.
That'd be nice.
I should
2
do that
hours.
too.
Oh my God. I don't think I've ever touched anybody for 2 hours straight.
Well, I'm going to be quiet here.
Oh yeah, I'm not touching that one either.
We're going to talk about men and women next week on Wednesday night show with the X's. Teresa and I are going to have our special guest. We're going to have her friend Teresa, who's also somebody I knew back from when we were kids. We're going to Mary Kay and Kellen. We're all going to be talking about questions men want to ask women but are afraid to ask, and that's what we're going to do. And it'll be really interesting.
We're going to give the answers.
Really interesting. I'm either going to come out of this thing, feeling about that big, or I'm going to be like, awesome. So we're going to find out what's going to happen with that.
Yeah, you might need some self-care afterwards.
I was going to say, he may need some help.
Yeah, I'm definitely planning a therapy session immediately after the show.
Oh,
Taking care of yourself during any time, it's become more of a necessity than options these days.
yes.
There's so many stresses on us, so many pressures on us, whether it's family, whether it's work, whether it's the holiday, whether it's just the general things that go on in life. There's so many pressures for us to keep up with the Joneses, to do all of those things. Sometimes you just got to stop and be who you are. Reach inside. Whatever you have inside that gives you light, share that light with others, and amazing things happen. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't adopt everybody's problems as being your own, but certainly share your solutions with people whenever you can. God bless everybody. Thank you for joining us. Callahan, thank you for joining us last minute. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And Mary Kay, as always, love you so much, darling.
Love you too.
All right. So you've been watching The Life Between All or Nothing with Scott J and Mary Kay. We'll catch you next time right here.
Bye, everyone.